Okay, so the pteridophytes. Okay, the pteridophytes include hostels and ferns. Pteridophytes are used for medicinal purposes and as soil binders. Okay, they are frequently grown as ornamentals. Evolutionary, they are the first terrestrial plants to possess vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. Okay, the pteridophytes are found in cool, damp, shady places. Through some may flourish well in sandy soil conditions. Right. In bryophytes, the dominant phase in the life cycle is the gametophytic plant body. However, in pteridophytes, the main plant body is a sporophyte, which is differentiated into true root, stem, and leaves. These organs possess well differentiated vascular tissues. Right? The leaves in the pteridophyta are small, that is microphyles, as in Selaginella, or large, that is macrophyles, as in fern. Okay, small leaves and large leaves. Okay, ferns and Selaginella. The sporophytes bear sporangia that are subtended by leaf-like appendages called sporophylls. Leaf-like appendages, these are the sporophylls. Sporophytes contain sporangia with the help of leaf-like appendages, that is sporophylls. In some cases, sporophylls may form distinct compact structures called stobili or cones, Selaginella and equisetum. So stobili and cones, example Selaginella and equisetum. The sporangia produce spores by meiosis in spore mother cells. Spore mother cells present in the sporangia, they produce spores by meiosis, that is reduction division. The spores germinate to give rise to inconspicuous, small but multicellular, free living, mostly photosynthetic thalloid gametophytes called prothallus. Right. Now these gametophytes require cool, damp, shady places to grow. Because of this specific restricted requirement and the need for water for fertilization, the spread of living pteridophytes is limited and restricted to narrow geographical regions. The gametophytes bear male and female sex organs called antheridia and archegonia, respectively. Water is required for transfer of antherozoids. The male gametes released from the antheridia to the mouth of archegonium. Right. Fusion of male gamete with the egg present in the archegonium result in the formation of zygote. The zygote thereafter produces a multicellular, well-differentiated sporophyte, which is the dominant phase of the pteridophytes. In majority of pteridophytes, all the spores are of similar kinds, such plants are called homosporous. Majority of them, genera like Selaginella and Salvinia, which produce two kinds of spores. Macro, that is large, and micro, that is small spores, are known as heterosporous. And equisetum, and what we stobila and cones and all that things we Selaginella and equisetum, stobila and cones, Selaginella, equisetum, Salvinia and Selaginella, these are the heterosporous species. Right. Okay, the megaspores and macrospores germinate and give rise to male and female gametophytes, right, respectively. The female gametes in these plants are retained. This is important. The female gametes in these plants are retained on the parent sporophytes for variable periods. The female gametophytes in these plants are retained on the parent sporophyte for a variable periods. The development of the zygote into young embryos takes place within the female gametes, which are present on the parent sporophyte. Right. Now this event is a precursor to the sieved habit. It is starting for the sieved habit, considered as important step in evolution. Now the pteridophytes are further classified into 4 classes. First one is the Coelopsida, that is Coelotum, Lycopsida, that is Selaginella and Lycopodium, Phenopsida, Equisetum, and Pteropsida, Diopteris, Teres, and Adiantum. Coelopsida, Coelotum, Lycopsida, Selaginella, and Lycopodium. Don't get confused with Lycopsida, Selaginella, and Phenopsida, Equisetum. So yeah, now the next division is the gymnosperms. Right. Now gymnosperms, what we think about gymnosperms? These are the naked. Sperma means seeds, so naked seeds are plants in which the ovules are not enclosed by any ovary and remain exposed both before and after fertilization. The seeds that develop post-fertilizations are not covered and are naked. That post-fertilization, right? The gymnosperms include medium-sized trees or tall trees or shrubs, not mention the herbs. Right here, one of the gymnosperms, the giant redwood tree sequoia, is one of the tallest tree species. The roots are generally tap roots. Roots in some genera have fungal association in the form of mycorrhiza, that is spinous. Roots in some genera have fungal association in the form of mycorrhiza, that is spinous. The roots of the fungi and pinus forms the mycorrhiza, while in some others, that is cycas, small specialized roots called corolloid roots are associated with N2-fixing cyanobacteria. N2-fixing cyanobacteria. These are the cycas and N2-fixing cyanobacteria. Okay. So corolloid roots association. Now, the stems are unbranched in cycas and branch pinus and cedrus. The leaves may be simple and compound in gymnosperms. In cycas, the pinnate leaves persist for a few years. The leaves in gymnosperms are well adapted to withstand extremes of temperature, humidity, and wind. In conifers, the needle-like leaves reduce the surface area. Their thick cuticle and sunken stomata, that is deepened stomata, also help to reduce water loss. Right? So this is about gymnosperm. Now this is very complicated portion. Okay, the gymnosperms are heterosporous. They produce haploid microspores and megaspores. The two kinds of spores are produced within sporangia present on the sporophyte. Okay, that are borne on sporophyll leaf-like appendages, which are arranged spirally along an axis to form lax or compact strobila or cones. As I told you, in pteridophytes, strobila or cones. Examples: Sileginal and Equisetum. Very good. The strobila bearing microphyls and microsporangia are called microsporangiate or male strobili. The strobila bearing microphyls, that is male part, microphyls, the strobila bearing microphyls, that is the leaf-like appendages, plus sporangia, that is microsporangia, and microsporangia are called microsporangiate or male strobili. मतलब microsporophyll, that is leaf-like appendages, and microsporangia, that upper portion. So whole portion is called the microsporangiate or male strobili. The microspores develop into a male gametophytic generation, which is highly reduced and is confined to only a limited number of cells. This reduced gametophyte is called a pollen grain. The development of pollen grains takes place within the microsporangia. The cones bearing megaspores. Now talking about the female part. The cones bearing megaspores, like leaf-like appendages, plus that extra part with ovules or megasporangia. I think you are getting clear. Megasporophylls with ovules or megasporangia are called the macrosporangiate or female strobili. So, or the female strobila. The male or female cones or strobila may be born on the same tree. If they are born on the same tree, then the tree is spinous. However, in cycas, male cones and megasporophylls are born on different trees. The megaspore mother cell, that is diploid, is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus. Right? The nucellus is protected by envelopes. The composite structure is called an ovule. Okay, the ovules are born on megasporophylls, which may be clustered to from the female cones. The ovules are born on megasporophylls, that is the leaf-like appendages, which may be clustered to from the female cones. The megaspore mother cell divides meiotically to from 4 megaspores. One of the megaspores enclosed within megasporangium develops into a so where we was like, okay, one of the megaspores enclosed within the megasporangium develops into a multicellular female gametophyte that bears 2 or more archegonia or female sex organs. The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained within the megasporangium, same as that of like pteridophytes. The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained within the megasporangium, but not for variable period. It's like for permanent, right? The multicellular female gametophyte is also retained on the parent megasporangium, right? Unlike bryophyte and pteridophytes in gymnosperm, the male and female gametophytes do not have an independent free living existence. Like they are dependent on their respective parents. Like they remain within the sporangia retained on the sporophyte. The pollen grain is released from the microsporangia. Not megasporangium. They are carried in air currents. Same in the slime molds, the spores are dispersed by air currents. The same in here as well in gymnosperms. The pollen grain is released from the microsporangia. They are carried in air currents and come in contact with the opening of the ovules borne on the megasporophylls. The pollen tube pollen tube formation carrying the male gametes towards the archegonia in the ools and discharge their contents near the mouth of the archegonia. Following fertilization, zygote develops into embryo and the ools into seeds. These seeds are not covered. So the first picture shown is the cycas, this one is the pinus, and this one is the ginkgo. And ginkgo, that is dwarf shoot, that is long shoot, and these are the seeds. So this is it, right? I guess the chapter is finished. Okay, the angiosperms are left, right? The division angiosperm. Unlike the gymnosperm where the ovals are naked, in the angiosperm or flowering plants. So flowering plants, these are the angiosperms, not gymnosperms, right? The pollen grains and the ovals are developed in specialized structures called flowers, right? In angiosperm, the seeds are enclosed in fruits. In angiosperms, the seeds are enclosed in fruits, right? The seeds are enclosed in fruits. In the angiosperms are an exceptional large group of plants occurring in the wide range of habitats. They range in size from the smallest wolfia to tall trees of eucalyptus over 100 meters, right? First one is the clips, that is a marine algae. Okay, second one is the sequoia, that is redwood giant tree in the gymnosperm. And these two names also, the smallest wolfia also angiosperm, and tree eucalyptus over 100 meters also angiosperms. Don't get confused between these four things, four examples. Now they provide food, fodder, and fuel, medicine, several common. Yeah, this is not very important. But now angiosperms, it is a division. Now further it is divided into two classes. First is the dicot and second is the monocot. Dicot is like Mangifera indica, that is the mango, and monocot, it is a Triticum aestivum, that is a wheat, right? So angiosperms, this structure is of the dicot, and this one is for the monocot, right? And summary, which I already been covered, right? Now I will upload it in the next. So this is it.